Welcome to the Seat 77 Sports Desk. As always, I am Dave Dabbah, and I want to talk sports with you, North America. But today, we are coming to you live from the super plush, lavish Silicon Valley studios of Seat 77. Oh my gosh, I am so fired up about today's show. It is a fantastic show. We have Revis Island shutting down the Colts last night. We have Harrison Barnes turning down a $64 million extension. Terrell Owens is in the news yet again. This time he calls the Cowboys to ask about a reunion. Ray Lewis gets caught texting while on live television. The Nats are giving away season tickets to fans if they can hit a home run. And a major contract dispute in the world of mascots. As the Minnesota Vikings, Ragnar wants to be paid $20,000 a game. Find out if Ragnar got his cash a little bit later in today's super big show. Okay, but this afternoon we begin with Revis Island shutting down the Baltimore Colts. Just miss the Colts being in Baltimore, quite frankly. It's just not the same calling them the Indianapolis Colts. And it's been like 50 years. But to me, they will always be the Baltimore Colts. So anyways, last night the Jets forced 5 turnovers. I'm not really sure I understand producer Buck, but why does anybody throw towards Revis Island? I mean, he is an unbelievable cornerback, and you're just never going to complete anything with him there. Anyway, so the Jets forced 5 turnovers, which led to Chuck Pagano melting down in the post-game press conference. Here's what Chuck, in some very short words, had to say. Can't turn the damn ball over. And that was it. That was Chuck Pagano, an angry Chuck Pagano saying can't turn the damn ball over. So Andrew Luck, the quarterback, the savior, the replacement for Peyton Manning, has had 6 turnovers in the first 2 games of the season so far. Now look, I'm a huge football fan. I have a pretty good understanding that you're not going to win in the National Football League just dinking and dunking the ball. And when you throw an interception to Revis Island, it's like a punt. I get it. So Pagano needs to just chill, remember that he's got one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and figure out how to get him some more time to actually throw the ball correctly. Anyways, it's a very interesting game last night. But for me, fantastic watching Revis Island shut down the Colts. So I went and I took a look today at the standings in the National Football League and check out the teams that are 0-2. We've got the Colts, right? We got the Giants, Chip Kelly's Eagles, the Baltimore Ravens, the New Orleans Saints, and the low-flying Seattle Seahawks are all 0-2. Who would have predicted it? Not me at the start of the season. Elsewhere around the world of sports, Harrison Barnes turns down a 4-year, $64 million extension. Can you say Pelicans in his future? So good old Harrison Barnes is a big fan of Alvin Gentry, and Alvin is the former Warriors assistant coach that really had a significant impact on the Warriors last year, and the new head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. This is hard for me to imagine. I can't imagine producer Buck you turning down anything like $64 million a year. I can't imagine you turning down $100,000 a year. That being said, it would have been $16 million a year for Harrison Barnes. What he's really looking for is $20 million a year, and I think he secretly wants off the Warriors. I think at some point you will see Harrison Barnes rolling around in some Pelicans digs down in New Orleans at some point. All right, some fantastic stories today in the world of sports. It's hard to write these, but one of my top 3 stories of the day, there's 2 others that are equally as good. This one pits Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens actually had his agent reach out to the Dallas Cowboys after Dez Bryant's injury and asked for a reunion. Terrell Owens wants back in Dallas. T.O. is 14. Actually, T.O. isn't 14. T.O. is 41 years old. Can you imagine Terrell Owens attempting to play for the Dallas Cowboys at 41? And look, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but let's just say I could play. If Terrell can play at 41, I could play in the National Football League. Anyways, he hasn't played in a regular season game since 2010. It's a ridiculous story. Hey, aren't the Kardashians hiring T.O.? Anyways, here's his quote. We all know what happened when I was there, and there were some things said where it might have fractured the relationships between myself and Witten and Romo. Do you think, T.O.? You know, time has passed, and hopefully they know that I've moved on beyond that, and maybe hopefully they have. But for me, it's all about giving myself an opportunity. That's all I've ever really wanted, said T.O. Look, if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, there's not a chance in hell I bring T.O. back to that team. Fantastic story. All right, so last night, Susie Colbert in the middle of a broadcast on Monday Night Football. They're doing the pregame show. She's got a couple other people. They're there. They're at Lucas Oil Field in Indianapolis, getting all ready for the game. They're on live television, and then I see Ray Lewis on his phone texting, and he spent about 20 seconds texting on his phone during a live broadcast. Hey, there should be no texting in broadcasting. I'm just saying, you're there to talk, not to text Ray. Elsewhere around the world of sports, the Nats, or the Nationals, you decide what you want to call them, are following the brilliant San Diego Padres promotion from a year ago. The promotion gave fans a chance to win tickets if they could hit a home run. Here's how it all works. Each fan gets 2 pitches or 1 swing to hit a home run. If they hit a home run, the Nats fan will win season tickets. It is the best promotion in the history of promotions, and I can't believe that the Cleveland Indians haven't thought of it. In fact, what the Indians should do is if you get a base hit, you get season tickets, because they got to put some people in those stands in Cleveland, I'm telling you. All right, and in my favorite story of the day, the Vikes mascot Ragnar is attempting to extort $20,000 a game from the Minnesota Vikings. His current salary was $1,500 a game, and Ragnar wants a 10-year guaranteed contract for $20K a game. This is the most ridiculous story in the history of mascots. 21 years, Ragnar has been rolling around the Minnesota Vikings football stadiums in his Harley with his horns on. No more is Ragnar in Minnesota, as the Vikings have chosen to go in a slightly different direction. All right. Remember, we are now on TuneIn Radio. The big show is blowing up big time, so subscribe to the Seat 77 TuneIn Radio channel. Emails at info@seat77. For producer Buck, you have been listening to the Seat 77 Sports Desk. I'm Dave Dabbah, reminding you that not all news is real. Some of it is fake, and good luck, North America.